European Union, but that's not just European Union. This is also our partner countries who are also joining us in this mission, and this is Norway, Switzerland, and Canada. And of course, our colleagues who will be dispatched to all regions of Bangladesh will observe the main principles of electoral observation, which is objectivity, neutrality, and respect. And the core team, people who are located here in Dhaka, will, of course, be in contact, in a permanent contact with our observers. And we, as a core team, our experts, wish you all the best who are going to your destinations all across Bangladesh. And let me say to you that we will really appreciate what we have already encountered, the hospitality and the warmth of the Bangladeshi people. This is really a great pleasure for us to be here in your wonderful country and to observe those historical elections when after such a lengthy period Bangladesh is returning to democracy, to fully fledged electoral process, and we are really looking forward to that. The electoral observation mission is an important step, of course, in the EU-Bangladeshi cooperation. This cooperation is to be expanded because we all know that the world right now is in a rather turbulent situation, and the EU needs partners. The EU needs partners all over the world, and the partners, let me emphasize that are based on the same principles we are following in Europe, meaning democracy, accountability of the political power, and of course the rule of law. These are our common values. These are the values that bind us together also with Bangladeshi people. These values are the fundament of the EU-Bangladeshi cooperation and will stay in the future like that. So our short-term observers who are being dispatched today, you will be the eyes and ears of Europe and of Canada during these days. I wish you, on behalf of the core team, really a successful observation mission. Stay open, stay secure, which is also one of the issues I have to mention. But at the same time, we are all looking forward to have a very good, participatory, credible, and also very much trusted election in the beautiful country of Bangladesh. Thank you very much. I would say that the electoral environment is a very positive one, in a sense that, of course, just as you said, we have been speaking both to candidates but also to the authorities in all the districts and regions of the country, and the general atmosphere is very hopeful, in a sense that, well, most of our interlocutors have emphasized that this should be a new page in the Bangladeshi history and the Bangladeshi democracy. And that's why I have to say, of course, well, there are many issues that have been discussed in all the regions, but the general atmosphere and the general expectations are very hopeful. Thank you.
Excellencies, good morning.
Good morning.
You have observed the pre-election campaign, and you have observed the social media and media. So, did you find any sort of problem or any sort of violence or anything in these days?
Well, if I would comment something about, things that we have found and observed in detail, that would be involvement in the electoral process, which the Bangladeshi people really don't need now. We will produce our interim report on the 14th of February, which means on Saturday, we will come out with responses also to such questions. What did we observe? But at the same time, of course, we are paying attention to it, and we really, our task, and this is the task of also our observers who are being sent to the country, is to stay neutral, not to get involved in any political process. We are here not to comment on Bangladeshi politics. We are here to check and to observe the process. We will come with our report afterwards, and we, in 2 months after the election, we will also come with a more extensive report, which would also include recommendations regarding issues you just mentioned about social media, which is, of course, a great concern for many democracies, for all democracies, I have to say, in the world, about the level playing field. Issues like that are going to be mentioned in our final report. Thank you very much. Yep.
Do you find any risky center entire Bangladesh? Your member is everywhere.
Well, we are also spoken to the security services, to the military, to the police, and so, of course, there are more risky, less risky districts in the country, but at least our overall perception right now is that the state authorities have the situation under control. Okay, well, just one last question, because I have some other.
Yeah. So you've been talking to all the stakeholders from the women's activities to the contribution. Have really minority of the almost completely all of the minority of the societies in this area that concern about election or the participation?
Well, this is a very good question, and this is a fair question. Well, this has been, when talking to Bangladeshi authorities, not just for this election campaign, but also before that, of course, we have emphasized this participatory nature of the electoral process, which is very much desirable, that all the communities, all the minorities are included in the process, including also the participation of women. This is what we are also going to pay our attention to. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a pleasure to have you here this morning, but we will stay in touch. I think during the whole electoral process we'll be here, our observers will be here, and you are all invited to our press conference on the 14th of February. I think it will be somewhere midday, either at noon or 1 p.m. So thank you very much for coming.
You have the press release over there, so, and that contains also the name of the chief for which you have the document. That was it.
Wording, dan, en je wil even in het Nederlands praten, gezien de test.